Yo, what's good? It's your boy Big Steve, and this is Go Blue Uncut, where we smoke and talk Michigan football. So let's get into it. So, breaking news as it was first broken that Mike Hart will not be returning for the 2004 Michigan Wolverines. There hasn't been much said. Why is the reason? He has been a successful running back coach, but I believe it probably has something to do with health. If you remember, Mike Hart suffered a stroke last year, missed a couple games, and I just feel it was more of a health move over as far as Michigan or Sherrod Moore didn't want to pay him. So I believe it was more of that. But as that came about, it has been speculations who Michigan and Sherrod Moore will hire as his next running backs coach. We all, as Michigan's fans, we all was expected maybe Shoelace Robinson. You know, he's a Michigan man himself. Plays some running back in the NFL for Jacksonville. And then there was also rumors that DeMarco Murray out of Oklahoma was a strong candidate as well. But as of, I believe, yesterday or sometime today, it has been said that the new Michigan offensive coordinator is Tony ALFORD, the former running backs coach out of Ohio. Was at Ohio since 2015. Just a couple coaching jobs that he has been. He's been a running back and recruiter, a damn good one to be honest, at places like Louisville, Notre Dame. He was there from 2009 to 2014. Then from 2015, he was at to 2022 or 23. He was at Ohio. So a big hire for Sherrod Moore. You know, I don't know how to take it. And, he's one hell of a recruiter. You know, and with the expansions of conferences and the realignments and the new age of football, Michigan and Ohio will continue to be a tough rivalry. But I just feel with the new age of recruiting and business-like mentality with the coaches, it's not saying that the rivalry is going to take a back seat, but it don't mean much to the new age football fans as it did to the old football fans. So, and as you remember, Bo Schamberger was a Ohio assistant as well. So Tony ALFORD, once again, I'm pretty sure I'm not saying his name right. Tony ALFORD is the new Michigan running back coach. And like I said, it's kind of exciting. He's been a proven great recruiter. Notre Dame, when he was at Notre Dame, they kept receivers and running backs, at Ohio as well. I believe he came for Zeke's second year. So he didn't probably play a recruiting role, but he got J.K. Dobbins, a couple other running backs as well. But one thing I could say is I wonder how Donovan Edwards feel about this, because if you watch Donovan Edwards over the years, he has been upset with, being Ohio's number one recruit at running back, and then was basically lied to, just like J.J. McCarty. And they end up choosing Henderson over Donovan Edwards. And so being that Donovan Edwards has decided to come back his senior year, when he could have left and went to the NFL, I would really like to know his take on it. Is Sherrod Moore thinking more of the future, or is he has had a conversation with Donovan Edwards where Donovan Edwards was more on board and didn't really have nothing personally against Tony ALFORD, but more against Ryan Day. And Michigan also has the Mr. Ohio commit as well for the 2024 class. Jordan Marshall, I believe his name is, out of Cincinnati. So I don't think that this guy was hired over Mike Hart. I think Mike Hart health issues may play the part in where he's not seeing himself probably coaching for the long haul. Because with the new age of football and recruiting, you have to do more. You have to travel more. You have to drive more. You have to really be out there. And, if you know about a stroke, it's not the easiest thing to come back from. So I don't think it was no disrespect to Mike Hart that we're going to fire Mike Hart and bring in an Ohio State coach. I think it was more of, okay, Mike Hart's not in the best health. Maybe he saw himself probably leaving after the 2024 year. And if you get a chance to get not just a great running backs coach, but get a good recruiter as well, like a Tony ALFORD, you have to go with it. So kind of surprising, but I would like to know how this would affect the relationship with Donovan Edwards. Like I said, if you follow Donovan Edwards, he has stated numerous of times that he was pissed off that Ohio bullshitted him and took Henderson over him when they said he was the number one running back on their recruiting board. So as a fan, I like the hire. I'm not sure that you can just say, well, Denard Robertson was at Michigan and he should have automatically got the job. Denard Robertson doesn't have any history of it being a recruiter, a top recruiter. So Tony ALFORD played at Colorado back in the late 80s when Colorado was actually a good powerhouse football team. They had a couple good running back, a couple Heisman. No, I believe one Heisman running back as well. They won a national championship like around 90, 91. So he comes from, he was born and raised in Ohio, moved to Colorado his senior year, played there, made some practice teams in the NFL. But other than that, he's just been a long history of a coach. And he has been a successful recruiter, not just at Ohio, but at Notre Dame as well. So if you want to keep recruiting at a high rate with this new age of football, you got to have somebody who's going to have foots on the ground and know what he's doing. So hopefully Donovan Edwards is okay with this. That's the only thing I would have to say about it is I hope Donovan Edwards is okay with the hire, being that he has issues with Ohio. I believe it was more Ryan Day than Tony ALFORD. But, being that he came back his senior year, not just to help Michigan, but to help his draft stock as well. But with NIL, I'm pretty sure, and it's still not too late. We still have a transfer portal open at the spring. So if he's not liking the new running back coach and feels some type of way, he could transfer. Georgia was one of his top schools. There's a lot of schools would love a Donovan Edwards. So I hope Donovan Edwards on board. And if Donovan Edwards on board, shit, I'm on board too. Like I said, he's an Ohio native. He's a proven, not just a proven running backs coach, but he's a proven recruiter. And now that Jim Harbaugh is gone, we're going to have Jim Harbaugh name got his recruits alone. He was a proven NFL coach, first round pick. So his name, now that he's gone, we're going to really have to recruit these guys. So I'm very excited about it. I hope Donovan Edwards is on board with it. But it says a lot that Sherrod Moore, that he took a weird contract, but I believe he took that contract to free up some money to go get some good assistants. Because he has gone some places from Wisconsin and got their D-line coach. I believe it was Tennessee. He went to SEC country and got a very proven linebackers coach. And now he goes into the rival Ohio and get Tony ALFORD, a proven running back and recruiter as well. So I kind of like the hire. I'm very excited about it. And I'm good to see what he brings. Is he gonna bring a couple Ohio commits that were probably leaning towards Ohio in the class of 25 and 26? That now they can look at Michigan because Jordan Marshall, Mr. Ohio, the kid from Cincinnati. He said he's gonna stay in Michigan, but after him, we have to think about that. So shout out to Sherrod Moore for taking big chances, man. That's why I call him Big Nut Sherrod Moore. He take chances from the Penn State game, calling 30-some straight runs to beating Ohio and to now going into Ohio and getting not just a coach, their top recruiter. Getting a top recruiter. So it'll be interesting to see how this go over. I hope there's no bad blood from in-house and that everybody's on board with it because it's different. It's different. It's very rare in Ohio, Michigan. Only I can think of Bo Schamberger. I remember, I can't think his name, Patterson, the former Michigan D-line coach, going over to Ohio. So it's happened before, but I didn't feel it would happen with one of their top recruiters. So everybody, man, welcome Tony Alford to Michigan. I hope he does big things. I'm looking to see how this play out, and hopefully it play out well. Other than that, go motherfucking blue.